Talk about how we can see how humanity really operates, okay? And that the majority of humans are in victim mode, and the majority of people have the power to change their circumstances, but they won't. Because people will spend more time trying to get other people to change, but won't change themselves, which is how real change happens.
A lot of people don't want to be told that they play a role in their own oppression because it makes them feel like you are not giving responsibility, the bulk of the responsibility, to the people who deserve it. Like, you don't see them as a victim. You can be a victim and still be somebody who is playing into the villain's hands. And that is something that has to be addressed, right? I have had enough of people watering down conversations about how we present as Black women, about how we are seen in the media, in the world, how images of us, how they are shown within the media, how they affect us. We can articulate these things very well when we are talking about how white media portrays us. But then whenever it is our responsibility, all of a sudden, no, we are all just victims who have the right to do whatever we want. And it is up to the people at the top to, reflect the idea that we are worthy back onto us. But that will never happen.
There are a lot of Black women out there that do hate their 4C hair. Like, it's real. Like, I've seen them call it disgusting, unmanageable, that their hair can do what other people's hair can do. Like, they will say the worst things about their hair.
We are our own responsibility. We have to learn how to love ourselves and each other. We have to learn how to love our features, how to affirm each other. It is our responsibility. And when we drop the ball, it shows. We have to take responsibility for the amount of self-hatred that exists within our communities. And we have to take accountability for our lack of action in addressing those things. We have to understand that compromises, sacrifices have to be made at some point, and we are the ones who are going to have to make them. We are going to have to be uncomfortable. We cannot keep saying, oh no, we have the right to prioritize comfort because we have suffered a lot. Yes, but we will keep suffering if we don't do better. We will keep suffering. Our decision to choose comfort in this moment is something that is going to keep us stuck. It is going to keep us suffering. We cannot just see ourselves as victims. We have to see ourselves as people who are capable of influencing change. And we understand this when it comes to acting as allies for any other group. We understand the importance of our voices, of what we say, what we do, how we show up. But when it comes to conversations about us and our image as Black people, as Sub-Saharan people, as people with stereotypical Bantu features, we do not want to finally get up and finally help ourselves and finally speak positively about ourselves.
Whatever. Yes, they taught you self-hatred and you learned it and you applied it. That's all. You hate yourself. You hate your hair. You hate the texture of your hair. Oh, it's too short. To go along with the texture. Yes. Because you hate yourself. That's your hair. That's your texture. That's your length. It's you. You hate it because you hate you. That's all.
We are all very individualistic when it comes to this topic, and I cannot tell you why, and that needs to stop. We are not powerless. We are a part of the problem, and we need to stop being problematic. We can understand people doing things out of self-hatred when we see it in Black men, for example. We can articulate that this person is doing this out of self-hatred. We can even address this when it comes to people of other groups. A lot of Black people will talk about how this Asian person seems to be very self-hating. What they're doing is very anti-Asian. That them doing this means they do not like their features. We call other people out for quote-unquote black fishing. I think it's more so mixed fishing, but that is a conversation for another day. But anyway, we can look at people and say, hey, you are trying to alter your features. You are trying to look like this and that. But when it comes to us, people should stop addressing us as though we are people who have a certain look. We have this look, we see it when we want to address people for stealing it, but we do not have the language for it when we want to talk about who we are and why we look the way that we look. If we admit that we have responsibility, then we have to look at where we are and say, hey, we are part of the problem. We center other people, we celebrate other people's beauty more than we do our own. we center other people's beauty standard. We are just as capable of being color struck. We also act in ways that validate the idea that we are not as beautiful, that we are not as captivating as other groups of women. We are a part of the problem. Having full autonomy comes with responsibility. You have to point at yourself. You have to look at yourself when something goes wrong, or the main driver. There is no one else to blame. And I think that is the thing we are not ready for. And being a victim, you have the privilege of having people pacify you and look to somebody else for problems that you have a role in. But that is harming us at the end just as well. That is a knife in our backs just as well. A thorn at our side just as well. It is not helping us, it is hurting us. Everybody else has stepped away, and we have to accept that. We have to take responsibility and learn to love our hair. We have to stop minimizing the importance of these conversations. We are doing that. Yes, the system, yes, the powers that be, but we still have a responsibility. We cannot sit until they get it right. We understand this again when it comes to addressing anything else.
Black women are at the bottom of the beauty standard because you are consenting to white people's beauty standards. Simple as that. You can argue that, oh, we live in a predominantly white society and we have to conform. You don't have to do shit. You do it because it's easier. You do it because you want to. You do it because what you're receiving is better than autonomy and power.
It is okay to call out Black mothers for being homophobic, despite the fact that they are taught to be. The fact that it is part of a system that also harms them in a way. They participate in that, but we still stand there and say it is your responsibility to change. It is your responsibility to seek education that teaches you why it is important that you change. You have that responsibility. You have to expand your thinking, and that should have results. Your child should be comfortable telling you who he is, who they are, he or she. Forgive-moi. Your child should be comfortable talking to you about their identity. We understand when it comes to fat phobia, a lot of us are taught that bigger bodies are less important, that bigger people are not as desirable, that they do not belong in certain spaces, but we speak up against fat phobia, right? We fight to address it. We call out people for the most minute things, right? About people losing weight, and we talk about them enforcing dangerous beauty standards.
I had to block another one of my favorite content creators because she got on a GLP-1, lost a bunch of weight, and then started talking about how fucking ugly she thought she looked when she was a big person.
If Black women really wanted to be the beauty standard, you would start by being your own beauty standard. But no, Black women aren't doing that.
But when it comes to conversations about the hatred of Africanoid features, everything has to be tamed. You cannot speak about how a lot of weak culture promotes the idea that natural hair is cheap, that it is undesirable, that it is dirty, unkempt, that it is not something you wear to work. A lot of propaganda is spread, a lot of things that discourage young women and girls from exploring their relationship with their natural hair are said in those spaces. But you cannot call it out for that because we culture has become who we are as Black women. It has become more of our identity than our relationship with our own hair. We have to take responsibility. We have conversations about the world not seeing our beauty. We don't even showcase our beauty. We don't even share it with the world. We downplay it ourselves. We speak down on it ourselves. We make colorist jokes. We speak down on our own natural hair. We cannot participate and then act like we're not a part of the problem. We cannot keep creating darker skinned, coily haired children and then turning a blind eye to these things in our society and not helping those kids understand their value, not helping those kids love themselves, and just sending them out in a world that we know seeks to brutalize them mentally, physically, in every other way. You cannot just do that. You have a responsibility.
Look at what some of these adults are doing. Some of these adults don't have a good relationship with their 4C hair. They really don't. And a lot of these same adults are having Black daughters and passing that same trauma down to them. So none of these people have a good relationship with their hair.
There are kids in your community who are looking to you for guidance, for compliments, for encouraging words that they will take with them in spaces and places where they are not loved and seen in the way that they should be. We have to take responsibility for that. Our own celebrities are making comments about their natural hair being awful, about being difficult. This is echoing in spaces, in media spaces that encourage millions of other people to view us in that very way, that tell people who already do that, oh, they feel that very way about themselves. We have to address internalized hatred. We have to. It is the biggest problem. Racism is not the biggest problem we're facing. Self-hatred, internalized racism is the biggest problem we're facing.
Black women are doing this. Complaining about her hair. Saying things like, her hair looks horrible. She should have done something with her hair. This looks like the civil rights movement. Who did her hair? They got Coco Golfer, however you say her name, looking like Ruby Bridges. What did Ruby Bridges do to you? Mind you, Ruby Bridges is a real living person on social media who will hear the disrespect, who will hear the anti-blackness. So let me get this straight. Black women want other people to respect them, but you don't respect yourself.
Yeah, we tell everybody else, read this material, watch these videos, learn to see us through this lens, a lens we do not see ourselves through, and I do not understand. Love our hair, but we hate our hair. We do not wear our hair. What do you mean? You do not understand that our crowns are glorious. We do not understand our crowns are glorious. We never showcase our crowns. I am sick and tired of running into videos of people saying, oh, I don't understand why people believe we wear fake hair, because we in the majority do. We in large numbers do. A lot of us in the media do. A lot of people learn about other groups of people through the media. That is why. It's not a mystery, but we have to pretend. We have to play peekaboo, and I hate it. I hate it. We make snap comments about our own features to each other, and we have to act like that does not happen. It does. We encourage each other to buy wigs and weaves. We tell each other that our hair looks anyway but beautiful and cute. We do that. We go under people's posts and tell them that their own coily hair is not good enough to wear at their own weddings, at their own birthday parties. We have those opinions about our hair. We are at a point now where a lot of people are even questioning compliments that you get for wearing your natural hair. If somebody says that your natural hair is cute, there might be a pick me. You look strong when you wear your natural hair. It's a sign of strength. You're wearing civil rights hair. That is what people say. Not white people, not Asian people, not any other group. Black people. Other black women are saying that, but we do not have responsibility. The world hates us. The world hates our features. No, we hate our features. We fight the world about everything else. We'll raise our fists and try to fight the police when it comes to any other thing. We will tell society no when they tell us we cannot be educated. We'll make videos advising each other and telling each other we're beautiful people. We are not what society says we are. But when it comes to this, society hates our hair, so we can't wear it. Society says that we shouldn't wear our hair, but you just said society hates us. Society hates black women and girls. So why would that society give us good advice? Why would people within that very society tell you something that is supposed to help you? They wanted us to hide our hair because they were jealous of our hair, which means there is value in our hair, so let's wear our hair. If they made us hide it to hurt us, why are we still hurting ourselves? And people say, oh, we made something out of it. We learned all of these other different styles. We learned to do this and that. Oh.
You don't want to be the beauty standard. That's why you're not the beauty standard. Black women are the ones who have a problem with her hair, with their Negroid features. So if you have a problem with it, I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing about assimilation, because assimilation is called consent. Black women every day get up and choose to hide behind silk presses, hide behind weaves, hide behind wigs, hide behind extensions. That includes faux locks, that includes braids, that includes all type of hairstyles that require you to add extra hair to your head. And even if you want to add extra hair to your head, why not add hair that looks like your real hair?
Exactly. You're allowed to be mocked. You're allowed to run into audios talking about how wearing your own hair makes you look like a strong black queen. People are allowed to use transitions to make videos that showcase your hair as looking barbaric, as something that needs to be tamed. People are allowed to talk about your features in that way because, they're traumatized, they're going through a lot. But like I said, any other movement, any other social issue, you are not allowed to use that as an excuse. The moment you have identified that there is a gap in your thinking, it is your responsibility to fill that gap. But no, not when it comes to texturism, not when it comes to colorism. You are allowed to be ignorant. You are allowed to be dismissive. We need to love ourselves. We are such a beautiful group of people. We need to start showcasing our beauty. It showcases our uniqueness. It does. It is uncomfortable, but we need to try. We need to stop being afraid of this. We are not afraid of anything else but this, and it's sad to see.